Chat. As much as we want to talk about how tall everybody is and how built different everybody is, we've also got to talk about how these players are actually going to play. We're going to do some predictions, chat. We've got North American RLCS coming up this weekend. We've got, after a week break, Regional 3 going down. Bunch of playoff scenarios that we put out on Wednesday. Make sure if you guys haven't seen those and you want to know how your team needs to perform, go check those out. Wednesday's video has everything you need to know. But we're going to do some predictions. We're going to talk about how these teams are going to perform. A couple things to note. There's some newcomers. Who knows how they're going to play in the main event? Also, it's RLCS. Expect upsets, expect craziness. Also, very difficult to predict how the heck playoffs are going to go when I didn't see anything happen in groups. So it's just like, once you get one thing wrong, you get everything wrong. And that's fine. Either way. What's up, YouTube? We're hanging out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lawler. I've got chat. They're talking about how tall people are. Some people are built different. Who would have thought? Everybody thinks I'm short. Go to LAN and maybe you can see how short I am or am not. We'll see. Either way, we're going to be talking about regionals. We've got 4 groups of 4. We've got Group A, B, C, and D. Let's switch over to the other screen and show you guys what we're talking about. Group A, Energy, V1, Shopify Rebellion, and Randoms. We got FaZe Clan, Envy, Rogue, all mid. G2, Oxygen, Sonics, and Charlotte Phoenix. And then you got Space Station, Complexity, Xset, and Torrent, which you can't see. If we zoom these in a bit more, we still need to move my stuff. I do. Okay. So let's do it this way. I'm going to bring you guys over here, and then we're going to take this, put that over there. We're going to do a little bit of this. All right. So we're going to go group by group. We're going to see who does what and try to do some predictions. We're going to go through all the groups and the bracket. I expect to get all these wrong. The only thing I did do right, I got Energy, and I called BDS winning last week. So, like, woo! You know, I picked the best team to win. Who would have thought? Crazy thought process. Takes a big brain to figure out, you know. Also, Shamrock Shakes are back. Might need to go snag one after work. Probably not, though, because I think I'm going to work out hard so I can look hella fit for LAN if I go. But maybe I'll treat myself. We'll see. First team, Energy, V1, Shopify, Randoms. We got Group A, and it's going to be interesting. Randoms, if you guys do not know, are interrupted by Doherty, who gifted 5 subs. Thank you. So, Randoms do have a rookie on their roster in 2-piece for the RLCS. If you guys have ever watched the Astro Gaming tournaments, Randoms is actually a pretty solid team. Curious on where Stealth is, but 2-piece, Chronic, and Knight, very talented roster. One not to take lightly. These are the types of teams that scare me in comparison when I am a V1 person. And luckily enough, I have to cast these matches. These are the ones that teams like V1 and even Energy have developed a playstyle to make sure they don't concede to. The way they do this is in rotation, they leave a third player really far back. They do this with the sole purpose to make sure they don't overcommit and to keep applying pressure. That is the whole point of it. It works very well and is a good way to force these teams that rarely make mistakes to make more mistakes. So it will be interesting to see on how that plays out, but it is Randoms that are going to be the new ones. I expect them to possibly upset at least one game. Energy is not going to be that team. I think Energy is going to show them why they don't have a name yet and a sponsor. Energy is really good. V1 Shopify, this seems to always go very close, but V1 has won this pretty consistently over the course of the season. Even with Parth, who I think is a great addition, I do think V1 will probably take this one. It either goes to 5 or it'll be a very close game 4. It seems to be how it goes. I have V1 on this one. Fun fact, V1 is boot camping. The whole V1 squad will be at HQ in Minnesota. First time that's happening. Will it be good? Will it be bad? I honestly have no idea. But V1 is getting boot camp buff. Maybe it's a nerf. I don't know. I think them being in person is huge. So excited to see how that one plays out. Excited to see what kind of content that they shoot. Expectations there. So maybe we get a 3-person interview. You'll have to tune in. I'll be casting those matches. Should be fun. Energy, Shopify, Rebellion. I do think Energy wins this one. As much as I like Shopify, Rebellion, I think Energy just pressure-wise as well as defense is just too good. While Shopify definitely took a immediate increase with Parth, I think they do have a difficulty of causing creativity on their offense. A lot of bumps, a lot of demos. Rapid's an anomaly sometimes, which is very tough to game plan for, but Energy is super consistent when it comes to their defensive rotations. They don't really get fooled by the crazy chaotic. I expect Shopify to take at least a game though. Shopify is pretty dang good. V1 Randoms. This game confuses me. V1 generally has a hard time playing against teams that they're unfamiliar with. That I hopefully am believing is an old narrative that we're trying to get away with. Like V1's trying to get away with. Why can't I stop speaking in ooh? A way of. I'm watching too much anime chat. But V1 is, for some reason, when they're against a team they're unfamiliar with, they like, I don't know what it is. They tend to just succumb to like, oh, we're unfamiliar, and they make mistakes. One thing I will say, Beast Mode has been doing a phenomenal job. He is not afraid to slow it down on defense. Control possession, break check somebody, just something to where it's like, okay, we can take a sigh of relief. We're good. You know, we're not under this pressure. And then it carries through. So I'm hoping that Beast Mode is that difference maker. But we have seen contrast. Everybody wants to poop on V1 for their results last time. Oxygen's been playing great. And you'll see that in my predictions reflected. So I still think V1's a potential top 6 team. And they need that at minimum. So we'll see how it goes. I have them beating randoms, though. 3-1. They need to close out series. We saw how important tiebreakers are. Energy V1, probably going to be the highlight match, just like it was last time. V1 was super close to potentially winning this one, just like Rogue upset last regional. There is possibility for Energy to lose. We have seen them bleed. If you're going to do it, you got to do it early. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think Energy's going to win in 5. I do think there could be a potential upset here, but I'm hoping V1, with the boot camp off and everything else, plays solidified. This one I have a really hard time predicting. If there is a team that randoms I think can win against, it is Shopify. This one I think is going to be an ugly match. Not due to like the players being bad. I think it's just going to get a little sloppy because people are trying to figure out how they want to do stuff. So I do lean in favor of Shopify, but I also think like randoms could also upset here without a doubt. I think randoms could easily go 2-1. I think they could beat V1. I think they could beat Shopify without a doubt. But I got to go with my gut. And I think it'll be 3-1 for Shopify. I don't think it'll be a shutout. But I do think randoms will put up a pretty good fight. This could easily go a different way. I could see randoms getting an upset and causing some tiebreaker stuff. I could see like 2 teams going 1-2 instead, or have 3 teams tied at 1-2. We'll see how it plays. But I do think things could change for sure. We'll see how that one goes. Up next, Group B. FaZe, Envy, Rogue, all mid. If you guys don't know the all mid roster, this is Flitz, who's rookie, Kiri, and Angel. Not as confident. I actually think randoms are a bit better, but I do think this team's actually got a lot of talent. Rogue, to me, is hit and miss. Consistency is always the issue. What version of Rogue are they going to get? Are we going to get, you know, match 1 of show matches where they're like perfect infield passes that are immediately followed up? Or are you going to just see them get demoed and chased the whole time? Who knows? FaZe, I think, is got a very easy group, honestly. I think this is a free win for FaZe. I think FaZe immediately out of the gate qualifies for the major. If they get top 6, they're good. So I think FaZe is just going to be like, boop, we're done. I think Rogue probably gets a game, and against this one, I hope we see a little bit more out of Envy, but I think it's going to be pretty heavy FaZe. I think this is a tough one for Envy. So FaZe, I think, goes 3-0. I think they're clean through, and they make the major. Straight up. I don't see any issues with that. Envy, Rogue. I think Rogue could upset. I just think Envy's a better team overall. I personally hope it goes to 5, just for entertainment purposes. I think a lot of people still don't give enough credit to Rogue. We saw prime example of that yesterday during the show match that we did. Rogue has a lot of potential. They have bits and pieces of offense and defense that look really good. They have plenty of understanding of when to slow it down and dribble and control the pace of stuff. And it catches some teams off guard. I think the difficulty they have is going up against high demo, really challenge heavy teams. And Envy is not that. And because of that, I'm actually going to give it to Rogue. I think Rogue actually has the upset over Envy. I think Envy primarily a bit more defensive. Unless they, over the course, and this is definitely possible, there's been an extra week of time off. Maybe as Drees has gotten more and more comfortable with the team, they've taken some time to develop. Illusion has helped out with what their focus is. Maybe they're a bit more aggressive. We'll see. Everybody wants to dog on Envy, but like when you have a player that you've had 1 week of playtime with, Regional 1's not going to go that great. You look at Regional 2 and like their top 8, they lost to a really hot Oxygen and it went to 5. Like they're one goal away from top 6 and everybody's like, oh, they're trash. I think people are a little short-sighted sometimes on that. So I want to give Envy a bit more credit. I really do. Envy versus all mid. Tough loss against Rogue. Does that kill the mental? I don't think so. I think Turbo still got one of the best mentals in all of Rocket League. I think all mid can take a game though. I do. Then Rogue all mid. I think Rogue will win this one. Same thing. All mid beat Rogue in quals. Cool, it's qualifiers. Let me know when that's the main big league. By all means, I talk about Rogue and their inconsistency, right? I talk about Rogue's inconsistency. And it's topsy-turvy, and it goes back and forth a lot. Okay? But when Rogue's on, they are on. Don't forget, just a week ago, they made top 6. Do I think they were on the much easier side of the bracket? Without a doubt. This side was stacked in comparison. But they're still beating a better-looking X set. They still had to go through a team that I think is in the same area of conversation as like the all mids and the randoms and etc. I think Rogue still has potential. It's just what version are we going to get? And that's the difficult thing about these is until I see how Rogue plays here, it's hard for me to predict these. Same thing. I haven't seen how all mid looks in these matches. So how can I have to do it somewhat consistently. Group C, I think this is like G2's group to lose. I think G2's got this one. I really want to see G2 show consistency. Obviously, they won the last regional. They looked really, really good. I think that performance is definitely recreatable. I think Atomic is looking more and more comfortable. I think their offense is absolutely deadly, and their defense has become a little bit cleaner too, which I really like. I think G2 looks really solid, which is fun. Oxygen, though, has proven it's not a fluke. Like, straight up. Like, Oxygen is playing damn well. Like, really well. And who knew it was Gimmick that was the missing piece? Gimmick instead of Krasix, man. I really like Oxygen. They've been looking solid. Against Charlotte Phoenix, I think Charlotte Phoenix, although a good team, still lacks the firepower they need to push in. Them losing Andy was pretty tough. And ironically enough, he's now with Sonics, who are in the same group. So we get a rematch. We get a former team matchup, which is pretty cool. Charlotte Phoenix, I think, is just going to struggle. I think G2's offense is just too much for them. I think that will actually probably be a sweep. First match of the day, maybe it starts a little bit slow, but we'll see. Oxygen looks great. Looks absolutely fantastic. Super consistent as of late, which is really cool. I still am super surprised that LJ was not picked up by a top 5 team. LJ's so good. I don't understand how he still continues to not be on like a top 6 roster in North America. Although Oxygen's playing like a top 6 roster in North America, so like, what do I know? I think Oxygen has this pretty easy, but I'm not even thinking about these next matches. I'm still thinking about the G2 Oxygen one. I'm getting ahead of myself. They win for sure. But Sonics also seems to be a little bit more revitalized. T-Krell was in chat, and it seems like things are starting to click a little bit better. I watched a little bit of them in the qualifiers, and it seems like they seem to be meshing a little bit well. The concern I have is because they do receive a lot of space. A lot of those teams in like the 17 to 24 ranks just give way too much space and throw possession like crazy. Like every time it's like, oh no, we're under pressure. They play boom ball instead of like controlling possession and forcing a 50 so they can like survive, get some boost, and then like actually challenge the other way. So first game of the day, Oxygen doesn't really seem to struggle with that. They've also gone super consistent in their results. I think their only match struggle is going to be against G2. But I do think Sonics is playing a bit better. I still think that Oxygen has like crazy counterattack capability. Playstyle wise, do I want to do 3-1 or 3-2? 3-1. I'm going to go with my gut. 3-1. I'm going to give 3-1. They're consistent. Sonics is consistent, but I think Oxygen just has a really, really frustrating playstyle. They really do. G2 Sonics, G2's going to win that one. I think this one is a 3-1 as well. Oxygen, Charlotte Phoenix, I could also see 3-0, but it's weird because there's so much talent on Charlotte Phoenix too. You know what? I'm going with a sweep. No, I'm going with a sweep. Oxygen's going to come and just go, bap. Oxygen's got their number. I actually don't believe that at all, chat, but like, I do need to mix up some of my predictions. I just want this match to mean a lot more. No, 3-2. No. Once Oxygen gets going, Charlotte Phoenix seems to kind of like fall down and just take it. No, 3-1. 3-1. I'll give him a game. Oxygen, I think, gets beat by G2 3-1. No, 3-2. I think that's actually a closer series than people want to make it. Oxygen is resilient, man. They're good. They are good. But I do think G2 with Atomic are clicking. I think things are going really well. Sonic, Charlotte Phoenix, though, this one is make or break. This is kind of to get into that next day. I personally think Sonics is the better team, and we'll do that 3-2. This one I think will be actually a really exciting match. Yeah, this one I think is going to come down to like a few select plays. Like if Oxygen gets up early and can hold off, that's the difficulty with G2s. Their offense is incredible, and they've been working things together quite well. So their infield passes are still absolutely dominant. I still don't understand the slander from chat about Oxygen, man. Oxygen is a damn good team. Some of y'all need to watch more than your favorites. That's all I'm saying. I understand it's like team streams and stuff, but I highly recommend go and I think that's going to be my favorite thing about this is people are going to watch the G2 because everybody is like, I love G2. Rightfully so, right? They've got a huge fan base. Things are great. But like, I think people are going to be exposed to be like, wow, Oxygen is really solid. They're a damn good team. I think there's so many people that don't understand like how well Oxygen's been playing. I think this matchup has a lot more weight to it than just like the initial result. I could see Oxygen winning this, but I think what G2's been doing plus the extra time, I think they're going to look great. I think Sathya as a coach has been absolutely crushing it. It's unfortunate for Jazza that he's decided to like wrap it up. I've seen he's on Path of Exile a ton, so that's always cool. But Sathya, I think, has fit in very nicely. I like what G2's been doing. It's been good. So Oxygen's solid, man. Oxygen's really solid. A lot of people underestimating them still. I don't know why. They've had 2 back-to-back regionals that look good over the course of a month plus. They've been consistent. That's what you want. Last situation. Space Station is going to clutch a major spot as well. I do not see anybody beating Space Station. I can't. Xset's getting a little bit of a resurgence, which is cool. If you guys don't know, I still love Percy. I think Percy's also a very talented player. He's kind of the same as LJ in that regard for me, where people are just like, wow, this guy's really good. What's he doing? How has he not been picked up by a better team? Who knows? I was really surprised when Percy went to Xset. I thought he was going to go to someone a little bit more prolific, but I think Space Station's got this one pretty straightforward. Complexity's been on a downward trend. They've been struggling. As long as we don't troll like we were yesterday. Hey, Chrome, if you guys could not put all 3 people in net, that'd be kind of cool, right? I know you guys really have fun dodging the major, but if you guys could go this time, that would be cool. Going to the major, seeing all your Rocket League friends, kind of a cool idea, man. Daniel on LAN, first time debut. Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet. So Space Station, I think, has got this one. Torrent, I think, has a really strong, no, I don't think, I think they're in trouble. I think Space Station's gonna walk right over them. I like Torrent, but I haven't seen much to justify like a confident pick from me. There's something about Torrent that I like look at and I go, okay, you guys got talent, but the like crazy bump and like off-ball play that they do, just I don't think Space Station cares, honestly. They have talent, but I just haven't seen the results. Ever since they came in when they were originally Alpine, I'm like, cool. You know, I think they have potential top 8. They're very fast, very mechanical, and their offense when it clicks looks great, but I just haven't seen the consistency with it. I will say Dapper was playing and has now brought back full strength. So hopefully we do see some. Hopefully we see some more from Torrent, but it's not coming against Space Station. Complexity Xset. I think Xset actually takes this one. Believe it or not, I think they will win it in 5. I think a lot of people just haven't really been paying attention to Xset because they haven't really broke in. But Complexity, I think people just kind of figured them out. The difficulty I have with Complexity is although they have a lot of mechanic and a lot of aggression and a lot of offense, it's kind of one-dimensional. They try to beat you to the ball and try to play better offense than you. But because teams' defense have gotten so good and solidified, I feel like they struggle. Also, if Complexity can remove Percy from the game, they have a chance. I think Xset is built around Percy. Percy is absolutely fantastic in facilitating the game, offense and defense. You beat out Percy, you find success. But the issue I have with Complexity is their primary thing that I see them do is we play fast, and that's it. I hope as time has progressed, they have found ways to change that up. But as of right now, it is just speed. We are fast. We're Sanic. So we'll see how that goes. Space Station Xset. I think Space Station is just going to not worry about this team. I think there is too much aggression on Space Station when they want to play the way they do. They still have the ability to slow it down and play smart as well. They work a lot of passes. The way that they space on the field is absolutely fantastic. They can work it around however they want. But Torrent greater than Oxygen? God, chat, what is wrong with some of you? Who hurt you, chat? Y'all crazy. But yeah, Space Station I think worries about Xset. Complexity Torrent. I think Complexity actually does win this one. But by how much? Because I think Torrent also is a team that plays very, very fast. A little bit more bumpy and chaotic, but good luck bumping Complexity when they're all using boost. I could see it being a 1-goal game. Or a 1-game differential. 3-1. 3-1 is probably what I would go. But I'm going to go 3-2. Torrent, I think, has got some fight in them. And then Space Station, I think, just showcases that they are the better team. Hopefully, Chrome's boys don't troll because this is the make or break. If they win this, they get into the major. So I think there's a lot of intent, and they got it. No tiebreakers in groups. Nope. For the first time in NA RLCS. No, I have no idea, man. I'm gonna lock it in. Xset Torrent. This one's tough for me because Xset has looked better over the past like week or so, but Torrent also, gosh, I don't know. I think Torrent playstyle wise actually works pretty well against Xset. No, I'm gonna call it consistent. If Xset is beaten in Complexity, then they're beating Torrent. If Xset is beating Torrent, then I have them winning this too. I'm calling it consistent to how I have it earlier in the day. We could do that, chat, where we do this. No. And then we do this. No. Do we keep it consistent, chat, and just go with our gut? What if we do this? What if we do this and then we have a tiebreaker? The content, chat. We'll do this for the content. And then you guys want to do a dice roll? You guys want to do a dice roll? All right. Heads is complexity. Tails is torrent. All right, complexity. You did it. Well done. Complexity survives. Coin flip, dice roll, whatever. You guys know what I mean. I'm not going to roll the dice 5 times. Complexity wins 3-2 in a tiebreaker. They move on. Cool. That's big. We go to the playoffs. These are our lower rounds. This will be the end of day 1. Rogue Shopify. That's a good match. Oxygen Complexity. V1 Envy. Exit. Wow. Okay, chat. This is actually spicier because I think whoever wins this goes on to here, pretty much. These matches are actually really close. I think this is actually really sick. It makes it really tough. Rogue Shopify, huh? Rogue won last time, yeah? I'm pretty sure. No, Shopify lost to Xset. Scored 5 goals, and Rogue played and just... Man, that's tough. I actually don't know how to predict that one. Shopify did lose to Rogue. Let's take a look at most recent results. They beat them in round 4. 3-1. 1-0, 3-2, 2-1, 3-2. That's a really close game. It's all 1-goal games, and it ends in OT. That could have easily gone to 5. Without watching the specific matches and knowing like what happened, that's kind of tough to predict. And it was like a decent amount of time into OT too. It wasn't like an immediate kickoff goal. I'm gonna go with my gut and go with Rogue. 3-2. Oxygen Complexity. I actually think Oxygen wins this. V1 Envy. It's going to 5. Oh man, I feel like you're overhyping Oxygen. Go look at their results. Heads for V1. Hey chat, how to lose your casting job with version 1, brought to you by me. It's a coin flip. It's not my fault. This is me speaking it into existence so the opposite happens. I'm caster cursing it, and if I get the prediction right, then it's not on me. V1's boot camp. Oh, V1 is boot camping. Chat, no matter what I do, everybody who watches this video is gonna be like, Lawler's biased towards V1, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do, right? Boot camp buff, I can't change it now, right? In my heart of hearts, I do think V1 is the better team, but like, I have no idea what Envy is going to look like. I have no idea. Because Envy has been like, oh, hey, we have Drees for a week and it goes horribly, right? And then you have last week's results, and see if I can justify making this change without looking like a super biased person. They beat Xset and Sonics. Okay, I'm not too convinced there. And they barely beat Xset, who I do think has been looking better lately, so I'll give them a nod there. And then they beat Sonics 3-0. In bracket play, they played Charlotte, Phoenix, and then they went to 5 against Oxygen. Oh, man. I'm actually nervous about that. Oh, yeah, but Water Party, you're talking about totally different play styles and stuff. Just because one team beats a team and loses to another team doesn't mean that it's not like a transitive property. It doesn't work like that. Different play styles, different matchups, different times, you know, pressure, etc. I mean, it's been, what, 2 weeks since they played? V1 with the bootcamp buff. Again, this is why it's so difficult to predict, because I need to see how they perform in like these matches, in the earlier matches. How did I have Envy doing in here? 1 and 2. Envy's losing to Rogue. I mean, it's the same day. They're losing to Rogue. They lose to FaZe Clan. If they're losing to Rogue, didn't Rogue beat V1 last week though? No, V1 won, and then they got the tiebreaker. I'm not making this easy on myself, chat. I don't care. Call me biased. Call me biased. I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Bootcamp buff. Heck y'all. Plus, I want this storyline to continue. Xset, Sonics, I think Xset wins 3-1. All right. Plus, then we get a throwback. These two used to play each other a lot. I don't care. Call me biased. I don't even care. Take that, comments. Dislike my video. I can't even see it anyway. All right, we go to the next day. We start off with V1 Xset. I think V1 actually wins that. It'll be close, though. Xset, I think, will actually put up a pretty decent fight. I think Beast Mode will be a difference, though. A lot of the times that V1 would have in the past is they would get overwhelmed by these teams because they didn't give themselves a chance to breathe. And I do believe that even with Percy, etc., they have the ability to, with Beast Mode's intent, slow down the play a little bit, be a little bit smart, not allow these massive counterattack goals to happen. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out. Rogue Oxygen. So for those that don't know the playoff scenarios, one, go check out the video on Wednesday. The second part of it as well is V1 essentially has to perform 2 stages ahead of Oxygen. So if Oxygen's here, V1's got to get to here. You're paying FaZe or G2. So I think Oxygen wins that. I do. I think Oxygen wins that. They've been looking, they've just looked good. They really do. I think people obviously want to poke and prod and be like, oh, it's Oxygen, whatever. But like Oxygen looks solid. Rogue is kind of a weird one. Like they look really solid in groups and then they go up against their first like true test and like barely win it again. I mean, a win's a win. I don't know. I think Oxygen wins. I think Rogue will put up a decent fight though, which is gonna suck because even if V1 does well here, that last week is gonna, or that last regional is gonna come back to bite them. Energy Space Station. I think Energy still shows consistently why they're the best. I could see Space Station actually winning that one. I think that'll probably be one of the best series of the day for sure. FaZe G2, I think FaZe just has G2's number. I don't think FaZe is worried about G2's offense, honestly. I think their team is just as fast and as easily just enough to like slow it down and play. I think FaZe wins that one. They just look so good. Same thing you said last time. Yeah. And if G2 does again, power to them. Chat, it's a new week. It's a new week. It's a new week, chat. It's a new week. It's a new week. Also, you guys haven't seen the storyline yet. Chill. There's still a lower bracket. Calm down. Calm down, chat. It's okay. It's okay, chat. If FaZe looked bad last week, doesn't mean they can't look good this week. If G2 looked good last week, doesn't mean they can't look bad this week. It's predictions, chat. It's okay. Sorry, I didn't pick your favorite team to win back-to-back, which has never happened. Calm down. Oh, I don't have V1 winning. You kidding me? G2 wins this. Straight up. Space Station also wins this. Lawler didn't pick my favorite team to win. Calm down, chat. It's okay. It's okay, chat. They're just predictions based upon zero evidence that we haven't seen any of these teams play. It's okay. I told you, chat, at the beginning before we did any of this, that I think arguably G2, FaZe, Energy, and Space Station will be top 4. I think it's fine. I think these teams are the teams that you would expect to go top 4 every single time. Who wins between them depends on the day. Who's playing better on the day? That's what it comes down to. The sad thing is, I have no clue because we have not seen any of these matches. They are called predictions. I think you could coin flip all of these. I think you could see a different team at any given time win. I think at the end of the day, if there's a certain team that's just feeling it that day, that's who's going to win. It could be G2. It could be Space Station. It could be FaZe. Could be Energy. I don't know. I think they're all very close. And if a team is having a better day than other, you know, maybe Justin's just feeling it that day. Maybe Justin didn't get any sleep and he's just vibing, or he's sick. Maybe Chicago is hitting every single shot and so is JNaps, and you still have Atomic to worry about. Maybe Space Station doesn't want anybody else to play on the field and they're demoing everybody out there and Daniel is still super clutch. Maybe Daniel continues to score 0-second goals like it's nobody's business. I don't know. I have no clue, chat. And because of that, let's actually do some dice rolls. I'm going to dice roll all of these because I honestly have no idea. I've got a 1d6, 6-sided die. Evens are for the bottom team. Odds are for the top team. So we're going to go through these. Your 1s, 3s, 5s, 2, 4, and 6. Same thing with bottom. The top is odds, bottom is even. Here we go. Oh. What happened? What? I don't have a second camera. They just rolled a bunch of evens. It was 2, 2, 4, 6. Wild. All right, next. My dice never really roll like a sweep. Here we go. It's a 3. Space Station. It's a 1. 3. 2. Okay. That's a 5. All right, Space Station. 4-1. If you say so. Your dice is fucked. Not as fucked as some of your old brains. Jesus, chat. It's literally RNG. It's not up to me. Oh, I'm doing this. What the fuck is going on? Just letting you know, it just rolled 4 1s in a row and it fell on the ground. So you're lucky, Space Station. 6. Dude, what is going on? That's a 5. What is happening? I've never seen this happen before. Straight up. If you guys go watch me roll dice on anything else, it is never this consistently on one side. Ever. What is happening? All right, here we go. It's a 4. There we go. 6. 6. All right, bracket reset. Here we go. 5. 3. A 1. What? What the heck? What? No shot dice. What the heck, dude? Okay. Dice. If that's what you want. If that's what dice want, that's what they go with. I'm biased. Yeah, how'd you know, chat? I'm so biased. I dice rolled the top 4 teams that everybody thinks are the top 4 in the world in their region, and that's what the results came out to be. Who knows? Who knows? That's what it has. Again, I think the most difficult thing about doing predictions is in order to do accurate predictions, until I can actually see how they play in groups, how bracket play is going, is momentum a factor? Like, For example, say we were watching the matches and all of a sudden Complexity is just vibing in the lower bracket and they just look really good. Do I think they have potential to beat Rogue or Shopify? Yeah, without a doubt. If you know, maybe they've just clicked a little bit. Over the last 2 weeks, they've developed something different. We make those changes. All that said and done, they're still going to lose to FaZe or Energy or G2 or Space Station. So what does it matter? Either way, that's what we got for predictions. Even if none of them make sense, that's totally fine. I told you guys I'm going to always get these wrong. I know people are going to be like, Lawler's biased towards V1. I do think they're a good team, but the clutch factor hasn't been there. Maybe this is the difference. Maybe the boot camp buff is good. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But if any of you are like Lawler's bias and then you see me picking against Envy and then you guys are like, nah, Envy's a really good team, man. I'm going to go back to all the comments that you guys showed about how you are like, wow, Envy sucks because you guys were way too quick to judge based upon 1 week with Drees. 1 literal week. So like, again, these are a lot more difficult than they look. And the fact that we're doing these, they're just for fun. Root for your favorite team. Be unapologetic. Love your team. Support them. Show them your support. Go to the team streams, root for your rosters, and if your team loses, that's fine. Root for good Rocket League. That's all that matters. I'm excited. I still think our top 4 is going to be the same top 4. I think they're all going to go to the major, and there's a reason why they are the best. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. And if things go according to plan here, Oxygen will go to the major. 2 new teams would be Oxygen and Space Station. I'm okay with that. I think that'd be really cool. Whether it happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. All this goes down on Friday with group stages for your team streams. I'll be casting for V1. But Saturday, Sunday is going to be your top 8 and top 4. So pretty exciting stuff. Going to be interesting to find out if you guys enjoy the content. Obviously, just know that this isn't meant to be serious. It's meant to have fun and just hang out with chat. Some people take it a little bit too serious. As you can tell, I personally don't have any weight in it. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a good time. Links to everything we're talking about down below. Chat, say goodbye. Say goodbye to the YouTube frogs.